Alright, ladies and gentlemen, tonight, just a bunch of miscellaneous stuff. My 5-part series on fixing this Pro Pointer, wow, man, that was just ugly. I have been, but I was awful pissed off. That was a tough one. The switch is in correctly. You can see it. Works. If you wiggle the switch, it doesn't bleep and jitter and all that shit. Works like a charm. I got this one in the mail from Jim, while this one, brand spanking new, was in the shop. It's only a month old, and that switch was flakier than hell. So they fixed it. I noticed the cap serial number is the same, the battery's different. Who knows what they swapped? But this one's missing the rubber cover like this. So I called up Garrett today, and I said, "Hey, you sell me a couple?" Or sell me one? She's all, "I'll give you a couple." So they're going to just mail them to me. Sweet. So I'll have a spare. I'll have one for this one. This is an older one. It's not that it's worn. It's just that it's a different shape. See that rounded tip there compared to this one, all square? That's how the older ones were. And the other difference is, I don't know if you're going to be able to see it in this video, is this one has texturing on it, and this one's almost universally smooth everywhere. And it's not just from age, it's just how they decided to mold it. A lot of times when they come out with a new product and they're trying to save money, they won't texture the mold. And then when they decide it's a good product, they'll texture it. So this was a different mold, I think, because the tip's different. I mean, they could add that section into this later. I mean, molds aren't a big deal, but anyway, they both work. I got a spare and a spare. So, oh, good. That's a good sign. The other night, this older one was more sensitive, but tonight, that ain't, you know, it could be crap around me, too. Anyway, they both work, and I'm stoked about that. Anyway, so that part will get here. It's Tuesday, so maybe by Friday. And we'll see how that goes. What else is on the list? Of course, I didn't write anything down. So I'm either going to move or I'm going to sell this place. Selling would suck, but that's probably what has to happen. So I've got a bunch of guys that work for me that have worked for me in the past, and we're going to get this place rolling. We've gotten rid of a bunch of stuff. I have some stuff that is not, you know, like my furniture. It can go in the trash. Who cares? So it's some of it's already gone. So we'll get rid of that. And there's a few things I'd like to get fixed first. So it's kind of going against my schedule. These I've got two wonderful inverters, pure sine inverters. And you've seen this other one on the side over here. This one you probably haven't seen, unless you've watched the videos. Never mind, if I pick it up I might break something. If you look in the videos, you'll see them. They're 3,000 watt pure sine inverters, and one of them has got two 1500s. One actually works. The other 1500s, it's just something minor's going on. It's not clear. It's not a FET. It's not a capacitor. It's something else in the logic. So if this one's not working, it won't let this one run, so they're kind of tied. The other one is just one massive 3,000 watt monster. And I got a bunch of it working. It actually, everything turns completely on. It'll produce AC, but the supply to the AC, as soon as it turns on, something is telling it to shut off, and it just dwindles away. So there's still something wrong. I got some serious testing to do. A guy on eBay drew up some schematics of it, which is helpful. Don't get me wrong. It's a lot of work what the guy did, and I paid him like 60 bucks for him, but getting in there and figuring out where it's at is a big deal, because that's a really high quality supply. It's not some cheap piece of crap. And so they look over and monitor every part of the inverting and make sure it's really nice. So anyway, I'd like to get those two working. And I'd like to get that. Can you see that giant stack? Guess you can't see it. Anyway, you've seen these circuit boards I work on, these monsters. I got a bunch of them tested. One of them actually damaged my electric truck. Oh, but I got that fixed. So of the about 10 boards I have, probably only about 4 of them are sellable. One guy has already expressed interest, so is another. You know, that's cash in the bank to help paint this place, prep it with a new floor, and either rent it or get me out of here and sell it. Either way, that kind of will decide itself. You know, you'd like to think you have control, but you know. So anyway, like the crews that used to work for me, I got several of them lined up. 1, 2, 3, and then a guy I know in the electric vehicle group, he's willing to help with all kinds of stuff. So, hell, we might even put in new appliances in the kitchen. How ironic. Spend all this money, make the place cherry, and then I leave. Well, I don't like things really cherry because they make me crazy. Because I'm afraid to touch it. I'm afraid to live in it. This place is perfect. Yeah, sure, it needs to be clean. I'm a bachelor. What do you want? But it's just ironic to me that I'm going to make it as perfect as I've ever lived in anything, and then I'm going to leave. But the whole point is to get more cash. 1,000 in, supposed to net you 2,000 on the other side, up to a point, you know. So anyway, that's what I'm working on. One of the things I've got to figure out on the next topic is Jim and everybody were giving me shit the other night. I said, so how do you clean your coins? Well, you know, I did this vinegar and salt thing, and man, you know, goddamn things turned all green and shit. No, I didn't mix them. It's clad only, no copper in here. You know, I'm like, did I just lie? Oh shit, there's pennies in here. Well, I had them separated at the time. I just put them in this jar to keep them. So I'm thinking of just buying a tumbler, but you know, you spend $50 on a tumbler, you know, and like I need more shit when I'm trying to move. So the whole point is to, I've got that, and I got a whole bunch of really good silver here. There's a Morgan 1921 silver dollar in this, and you know, all kinds of great old silver. What the hell am I going to do with it all? It doesn't. Collecting assumes certain things. It assumes you have some stability to collect your crap, whatever that is, whether it's coins or rocks or, you know, whatever. So I'd rather sell it. I sold that one 25-cent piece. That was sweet. I'm going to put some of these boards on eBay, and that'll bring the best dollar because everybody in the United States that has these vehicles will probably want a spare board. And, you know, some of them have a minor problem that I'm not familiar with. I haven't encountered before. I'm sure I can figure it out. But again, I'm up against the wall. Do I work on those, or do I work on this place? Those are worth hundreds. This thing's worth a lot. This home I live in, this condo, California, yeah. So that's where the priority has to be, and I have very limited energy every day. So anyway, one of the things I started was, let's see if I can show this to you. You see that? So this is what you look at when you're trying to get stuff done, and you know, you're taking notes and tracking stuff and parts and people and materials and shit. You write it all down, and you know, it makes things happen. This is one of the things I do it in. My phone works really good for that. Let me show you what I do on my phone. I have a huge, let's see, where is it? I don't know. I can show you the refurb condo. Here's just all my, oh God, that's so bright, huh? You see all those notes? That's just condo notes, just for materials and stuff we're looking at. The other day, one day, George and I went hunting for floors. What do floors look like? What do they cost? The general consensus, there's not a lot of light in here, so they need to be lighter floors. You know, so David and I went somewhere else and looked at floors, so we got like a couple of main contenders. Costco actually has a floor that, hey, it looks pretty nice. So, you know, the realtor said, you got to put floors in, dude. And I'm like, yeah, no shit. I like ratty carpet because if I screw it up, I don't care. I don't have to give a shit. You know, I'm not I don't want my perfectionism exercised every second of every day trying to keep something clean. I don't have that kind of energy. I never have. And I don't want to have that kind of energy. I want to do stuff that's meaningful in life. You know, they don't put on your headstone, he kept his house clean. Nobody gives a fuck. Only the people that live in their house give a shit. I don't ever care. I don't care. There's no time to care. It's time to do fun stuff in life, you know? All right, so moving on. Remember this box I showed you guys full of stuff? I weighed a bunch of this stuff the other day. Crap, man, that big old honkin' stainless steel, this 925 silver necklace, it weighs way over an ounce. It's like 38 grams or something. It was way over an ounce. Anyway, I weighed up all the silver the other night, and there was a bunch of silver here. Just the sterling. We're not even talking coins yet. Just the sterling. So, you know what? If I'm going to put ads up on eBay, I might as well just crank a bunch of them out. I prefer Craigslist. It doesn't always bring premium prices, but there's still people looking. And if you have your ad up for a while, you can get the same kind of turnaround, no fees. And I've done Craigslist basically professionally in the past. So my rule is the first one to show up with the cash gets the merchandise. Promises are bullshit. The first one to show up. Oh yeah, I'll be there at 1, I promise. 3 o'clock rolls around, 5 o'clock rolls around, the guy flakes. But you promised him, and the other guy that you said, I'll call you tomorrow, he just changed his mind or found something else. You don't do that to yourself. And you tell him up front, the first one here wins. I don't give a shit what your promise is. Because if they're serious, poof, they're there. Because they were already looking when they found you. So that's how you do it. And it works like a charm. It works really good. So anyway, what else we got going on here? Yeah, it's time to get stuff rolling here, man. Anyway, so that's what's happening right now. I don't think I can think of anything else. I'd really like to show you guys these well, I don't think I can show you it all. I have to get in there. Anyway, these inverters are great. They're terrific. Let me show you one right now. Real quick. It's all apart. It's hard to find. This is... Oh, man. What a doozy, right? It's got to be a foot long. It's heavy. This one's got actually some smoke damage on it. Yeah, this is one of them that needed part of it, fixed and stuff. But anyway, it's kind of crap I like to work on because these are actually worth money. This isn't some piece of shit. This is a 3,000 watt pure sine inverter from a major company, and so is the other one. So I'd really like to get them fixed because they're cash. If I don't need them, they're good cash. If I need them, they're really helpful for the trailer, right? Anyway, here's something I wanted to make, but it's not going to be in the picture for a while. And you guys see all that? It's called the fourth axis. Wish I could go into it more, but that's been on my bucket list for a while. Anyway, I'm happy that I got this one done, this Pro Pointer. I really apologize it went into 5 parts on the video, but I wanted to make sure it was clear that here's how you do it and here's how you don't do it. I used me as a real-time example. And sorry I went so long, but it's got most of the time when my fingers aren't in the way, you get some good detail. Now, well, I don't want to give it away, but it's fixed. You have to watch the videos to find out how the end result came along. By the way, do you guys know how to desensitize one of these? A lot of people buy them and don't know there's no knob on the outside. Do you know how to do that? Okay, there's the distance. Okay, so you're in a hole and you're up against it, but you can't find it. So you turn it off, leave it close, turn it on again, it recalibrates. Now watch. Look how much closer I have to get. Look at that. See, so you can desensitize it. The thing with these guys is they're sensitive all the way around and the tip. So your target, when you stick this in a hole, your target could be anywhere, and it'll set this thing off. So sometimes you got to desensitize it so you can get closer to it. Now you get good with this. You don't always have to, but I've had to several times. It's been very useful. Now to set it back up, you just turn it back off. Oops, sorry. Turn it back off. Turn it back on without any metal nearby, and you get your distance back. Oops. Let's see. This is a silver nickel, by the way. Let's try the edge. Oh man, that's a lot less sensitive. Yeah, sometimes you're in a hole and that's how stuff's orientated. Vertical, you know. Oh, man, that's barely 1/8 of an inch. Oh. Anyway, so trying to be disciplined here. I'm trying not to spend money. I really want to buy a gold bug too bad to go find gold nuggets. Shit. But I gotta stay focused on this place here. Anyway, that's enough ranting and rambling for now. Good night. See ya.